History remembers him standing against an empire. 300 Spartans, a narrow pass, an army that darkened the sky. But here's the question no one asks. What was King Leonidas doing the week before Thermopylae? Not on the battlefield, not in legend, but in the quiet rhythm of an ordinary Spartan day, before he became a symbol, before he became a sacrifice. He was a man bound by discipline, ritual, and a society that allowed no weakness, not even in a king. Did he sleep peacefully? Did he hesitate? Did he already know he would never return? Today, we step away from the clash of swords and into something far more revealing. The daily life of Leonidas before the world began to watch. Because legends are not born in battle, they are built in silence. Before he became immortalized at Thermopylae, before his name echoed through history, Leonidas was a man living within one of the most disciplined societies ever created. His days did not begin with royal luxury. They began in darkness. In Sparta, even a king rose before sunrise. There were no golden chambers, no silk sheets, no servants whispering gentle awakenings. Leonidas slept in a modest home, not much different from other Spartan citizens. His life was shaped by restraint, not indulgence. When the first light touched the slopes of Mount Taygetus, he was already awake. Cold water to wash, simple garments. A red cloak draped across his shoulders, not as decoration, but as a symbol of readiness. In Sparta, red concealed blood. Before ruling, he trained. Because a Spartan king was not a distant monarch. He was expected to fight in the front lines. Leonidas had endured the agoge as a child, the brutal education system designed to eliminate weakness and forge warriors. Hunger, pain, endurance, silence. These were not abstract ideas to him. They were childhood memories. Even as king, he maintained physical discipline. Spears were lifted, shields were tested, movements were practiced. Not for ceremony, but for survival. After training came communal meals. Spartan kings did not feast alone in opulent halls. They ate in public messes alongside other men. The food was simple, often infamous. Black broth, coarse bread, modest portions. Eating was not pleasure, it was fuel. Conversation during meals was controlled, purposeful. Spartans valued brevity. Words were tools, not ornaments. Leonidas listened more than he spoke. Then came governance. Sparta was unlike other Greek city-states. Leonidas was not an absolute ruler. He shared power with another king and was balanced by the Gerousia, the Council of Elders, and the Ephors, 5 officials who could even question royal authority. His mornings often involved council deliberations, military strategy, intelligence reports, diplomatic tensions. The rise of Persia under Xerxes was no secret. The storm was gathering long before the thunder reached Greece. Leonidas understood what many feared to confront. War was approaching, but his responsibilities were not only military. He oversaw religious rituals. Sparta believed deeply in divine will. Sacrifices were offered, omens were read. The gods' favor was not symbolic, it was essential. Afternoons could include inspections of troops, young warriors training in formation, the precision of the phalanx, shields overlapping, discipline unwavering. He observed carefully. Sparta's strength did not lie in numbers, it lay in unity. At times he walked through the city, not as a distant monarch, but as a visible embodiment of Spartan ideals. Women trained openly, boys prepared for the agoge. Helots labored in the fields under strict control. Every layer of Spartan society existed to sustain its military core. Leonidas understood the tension beneath this system. The Helots vastly outnumbered Spartan citizens. Authority had to be visible. Strength had to be constant. Evenings were quieter, but not relaxed. There were no lavish banquets, no musicians filling palace halls. Spartan culture rejected excess. Even a king lived within its constraints. Perhaps he spent time in private reflection. Perhaps in conversation with Queen Gorgo, a woman known for intelligence and resolve. Spartan women were not silent figures. They were strong, outspoken, and fully aware of the cost of war. Did they speak of Persia, of destiny, of sacrifice? Spartan culture normalized death in battle. From childhood, men were taught to return with their shield, or on it. Cowardice meant shame. Survival without honor meant exile. Leonidas did not suddenly become fearless at Thermopylae. He had been shaped for it since boyhood. Night fell without spectacle. No jeweled crown placed beside his bed. No marble palace echoing with luxury. Just the quiet of a disciplined city, and a king who understood that leadership in Sparta meant sacrifice, not comfort. And as the Persian army marched closer, his routine did not change. He continued to train, to deliberate, to prepare. Because when the call finally came, when Xerxes' forces advanced and the narrow pass of Thermopylae became the chosen ground, Leonidas was not transformed into a hero overnight. He had been preparing his entire life. The legend was born in a single battle, but it was forged in thousands of ordinary mornings before it. If you were captivated by this hidden side of Sparta, if you want to explore the untold mornings, the private routines, and the human realities behind history's greatest legends, then subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just revisit famous battles, we step inside forgotten days. We walk through ordinary moments that shaped extraordinary history. We uncover the lives behind the myths. And the next story is already waiting.